I'm here with Kelly Bowden from St Luke's at Marsden Park. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
I hear St Luke's is a little bit different than some of the mainstream school that
Yes.
you might have experienced that you went to. Can
Yes.
you tell me a little bit about the school?
Definitely, it's quite different from the schools that I have been to before. So St Luke's is a school that runs from preschool to post-school. So children start at ages of 3 at the Kelk, and then School of Foundations, then they go to the School of Leadership, and then they move on to the School of Entrepreneurs. So it's built in that kind of continuum. We run through stage bases, so students are in their groups of what stage they're in. So you could have groups of 60 with 2 teachers teaching, so it's taught not just one teacher to the class, it's 2 teachers to 60 students.
How did you adapt to that model?
Well, because I'm a beginning teacher, I've found that I'm constantly learning as I go, and this has become my new normal. So I haven't had years of experience in another setting that is completely different. So I found being a beginning teacher in this type of classroom has really helped me in that sense that it has become my normal. I haven't had to adjust too much, but it is very different to my primary school experience, my high school experience, and even the practicums that I went on for university.
Would you go back to an older model?
No, I don't think so. I think being in this now, I really adjusted to it, and it would be such a big change to go back to the way I went to school.
And what about your colleagues? How much interaction do you have with your colleagues in this process?
With my stage partner and even the people who are in the School of Leadership, because I'm a stage 3 teacher, so we work with stage 3 and stage 4 teachers to assist with us. I found that the school, St Luke's, has so much support, and all the working with the teachers, because planning, programming, everything is done together, even the delivering of lessons. So we team teach. So then we're bouncing off each other, or we might have master classes running, but at all times we're completely aware of exactly what all the students are doing and what's happening in the classroom. So the structure is all very much based on what we've both decided on. And I think that in this setting it's really good as well, because colleagues are able to choose their strengths. So if I have a strength in a particular area, I'm able to be kind of like the expert in that part, where I'm able to share my knowledge and other people are able to share their knowledge with us, which then creates more of a wholesome unit of work that comes together, because it's bringing in everyone's strengths to create this one piece.
It seems to me in a model like that there's a lot of respect. I mean, you've been
Yes.
teaching 2 years and you'd be working with teachers probably who've been teaching a lot longer, yet you're valued for your expertise already.
Yes, definitely. So, and things that I would never even thought about being a strength of mine, someone might mention that to me, and then I'm taking on board all that. So it's a way for you to really highlight and recognise what you're capable of doing, and it also challenges yourself as well to step forward.
Well, what excites you about getting up in the morning and going to St Luke's?
I just think that every day is a new experience when I'm there. The way we do our inquiry learning as well excites me, because it's not just me delivering a lesson to the students, it's about them driving their own learning. So what they're coming up with is different things, and that excites me because I never know what they're going to be excited about coming to learn, and just all of that. So I think that really makes me want to see what's going to happen, what the day's going to unfold like.
Do you sometimes feel you might need like a safety net underneath you?
At times,
because
yes.
every day's a different day.
Yes,
so,
definitely.
So what's your safety net?
I think just the routines and the actual structure of different things, the way we structure our lessons, but it's just through individual choice that we have, because at St Luke's we really value student empowerment. So we've really tried to, especially in this term in particular, we've had adventure learning, which was where students are able to choose a particular course which they would like to participate in, and that could have been from early stage 1 mixing up to stage 4 students.
So they design a course?
Well, the teachers designed the ideas of the course, and students got to choose from, there was multiple, and students got to choose where they wanted to go and what part they wanted to be.
What interested them.
Yeah, what interested them. And then from there, the outlook of what the unit was up to them. So it could have been, it was very broad, and they were able to really explore what they wanted to do and how they wanted to learn the content. So I found that was really good, and from parents' feedback with that, they were so excited because their children were coming home and explaining different things they were learning based on what they really wanted to learn about.
Can you talk to me about the space? It doesn't look like a school.
Yeah, it's very open with the school that we have, and it's still being built now. So for many years, it was still continuing to get built, and right now we're in a space that is meant to be where a big staff area for staff to be doing all of their learning and professional reading and everything like that. So we have so much space where the children are able to choose where they want to sit. There is just, it's a lot of flexibility in the way that St. Luke's classrooms are set up right now, and will continue to be when the new classroom buildings are built as well.
One of the things people always say about these flexible and agile spaces is that, you know, kids will get distracted or the noise becomes a problem. Do you find that's a problem?
No, because I think at times, yes, it can get noise, but based on the activity, and I think it's all about just setting up those expectations with the kids from straight away. So if you set up those expectations and routines, the students know what they're expected to do in that time and know what they're required to be doing. So then if it's a task so during literacy time, if it's a quite independent task, we've already set up those expectations that during that time you work independently, so you're not getting distracted by other people. Same as if they have a question, they put their hand up and wait for the teacher to come over to them, so they're not creating a noise in that sense as well. And just they know that if they are making poor choices in certain areas, that they will be moved away from that. So it doesn't reduce the amount of kind of control we have over different areas that they're in. It just allows them to have that opportunity and the flexibility of that space.
It seems to me a lot of the responsibility for your planning and organising and your own professional learning is your own personal responsibility. Is that true?
Yes. With the time, so we have times where we plan together and might meet after school, and then we're able to construct our programs and we talk about those. We evaluate on them regularly as well. So and it's a working document with our programs. So we're continuously adding to them and adapting based on the needs of the kids, and that's
the students have an input into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and that's based on their needs and their capabilities, which we discuss regularly and adjust as a needs basis.
What advice would you give to somebody coming into teaching now about teaching today?
I think just to be aware that you are constantly learning. So there's not a rule book that you can read through and understand what you're doing. It's constantly changing, and just making sure you're aware, you're willing to be part of that. So you can, with university and everything, it prepares you enough with the foundational understanding and the basics of what to be doing, but no kind of training can really prepare you for your first day or continuing on and coming back the second day, and just all the hands-on experience.
That's important, coming back.
Yeah, definitely. But you're constantly learning through, and even with different year groups of different kids that come through, that's a new learning experience of the different environment that you're with those students. So I think just to be aware that you're not the same teacher that you were at the beginning, and you are constantly growing and developing as you go through. So be prepared for that.